When this happened, I ended up comforting my yoga instructor more than anyone was comforting me, because she was just so much more upset that she had made this mistake than I was that it had happened. But it messed me up in my processing of this. Like, imagine somebody just assumed that you're pregnant and now you're giving them a hug to make sure that they're okay. Looking back on it, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So whether someone has already assumed you're pregnant or this might happen to you later in life, let's talk about how to move through it, because I've heard from a lot of people that this has happened to already. It happened 10, 15 years ago and they still remember it clear as day, and they worry about it every time they put on a dress or a pair of jeans. And that's not good for our body image either. My biggest piece of advice, the biggest mistake that I made in the moment, was not letting myself feel through this and experience things like anger and frustration and sadness and upset. Again, I just ended up giving her a hug and comforting her, and then just thinking the whole class, like, is it my fault that she thought I was pregnant and said something about it? And something that I've heard from a lot of you is like, oh yeah, this happened to me and I had to try so hard not to cry. Let yourself cry. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to be upset that someone made a comment about your body that you didn't ask for. You have a right to be upset that you're afraid of being in a bigger body, because we live in a fat phobic society that makes being in a bigger body or perceived as pregnant a horrible thing. But if you do not validate your own emotions, you will not be able to release them either. If anyone was going to be assumed to be pregnant at their yoga class on a Sunday morning, I'm very grateful it was me, because at least we can move through this and learn through this, because I am literally a body image coach. Like, I think that instructor was very lucky.